chat, but I'm going to ask for your help anyways, because I have faith that you folks can all be involved in the wonderful process that is, how many times does it take to catch Yuffie?
I can read chat if you like. I don't know where to read it from, but I can make it happen.
Absolutely. So we're just about to actually take control for the first time of our wonderful characters. We are a group of terrorists, and we are trying to save the planet by destroying these Mako reactors. What could possibly go wrong with that, especially with spiky hair as amazing as Cloud? So first thing we're going to do is we need things to be fast. We're setting all my speeds to fast. We're setting the ATB to active mode, where it's going to sit for most of the run. And we are putting the cursor to memory, which is going to ensure that everything, my cursor stays where it needs to be to save time. But of course, we do have to fight random folks to get from the beginning, so we're going to hold A to win on these poor, poor soldiers. But they're not ex-soldiers like me. They do so much damage. Part of a good chunk of this speedrun is actually managing the limit gauge. Occasionally to actually use that limit, but mostly in order to speed up battles. I have to adjust my screen. Okay. I'm going to talk to some folks here. They're all like, who's this person? Why are they joining us? So we are naming everyone, or most everyone, to single character names in order to speed things up. All the text in this game scrolls, so the longer the names are, the slower the text scrolls. And for characters you have right from the get-go, such as Cloud and Barrett, we definitely want their names to be as short as possible. Unfortunately, I can't just press B and cancel all the names out. The PC version, for some reason, actually swapped a few of the buttons around from the PlayStation version, making it just slightly confusing.
I guess that much technology was too much for them.
Right? Can't we just keep the buttons the same as they were? The answer is no. No, we cannot. So we are going to run from basically all random encounters because they are not necessary. There is technically a step route for this game, but I will not be using it as it only saves a little bit of time, and we ain't got time for that. Also because movement is hard. So thankfully, the first two reactors are basically the same layout. That does not mean I'm going to walk in the correct direction, but we're going to try our best. So Barrett is just like, you are a new person, and you've already given me some attitude, so I'm going to follow you. So we talk to the person who's closest to the door, and they let us in, which is extremely helpful. Apparently opening doors is really hard. Thank you, Jesse. You were the best.
This guy's a bit too obliging.
Right? So Jesse is very shocked that this elevator is moving. I am too, really. One of the things they did for the PC re-release is, along with shining up some of the graphics, they also gave everyone mouths, which is...
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's really great when you see Sephiroth later. Yeah. See, when you and I played casually, we played on the PlayStation or such versions. But yes, so they all have mouths. It's a thing.
I'm not sure it was necessary, looking at Jesse's expression there.
Yeah, keep watching. It's one of the best parts of the run. All right. So also, one of the true bosses of this game are stairs. Stairs are incredibly difficult. Trying to deal with only having 4 directions, yet everything being in diagonals on the map makes things not so nice. So one of the things you're going to start to notice is on the map there are a lot of different items, all about. And we're going to be picking up some but not all of those items. And the items tend to fall into a few different categories. Items that are in our way that we're going to sell. Items which we're picking up specifically so I can sell. Or 1 or 2 vague items which I'm picking up to actually use. But there is a money management route in this route, so we want to pick up some of the more pricey items like ethers and such so we can sell them to buy all the grenades. For those who are not familiar, grenades are an item that you can buy, which at this part of the game is just completely overkill. They are really overpowered, and why would you hit things with your regular weapon when you can have grenades? However, we don't get them for another 10-15 minutes, so we actually have to fight normally. And speaking of that, we are about to fight our first boss, Guard Scorpion, who is guarding this reactor which we are trying to blow up.
I like that this boss sounds like he came out of a Mega Man game.
It probably did, actually. So one of the reasons we set memory cursor is because we're going to set our commands right from the get-go, and we're going to hold A, which makes a lot of these battles easier, but you do still have to keep an eye on things because your actions change depend on how much your limit gauge builds, how much damage is being done, etc. In this particular battle, I'm trying to do as much damage to Guard Scorpion before the halfway point where it goes into counterattack mode. Ideally, Cloud and or Barrett will reach their limit break, so I can use it before the counterattack stage. Cloud has, so we're going to do that. Not only does it do more damage and is faster, but we then have time to build it up again for the next battle. So we are going to go back to Bolt. Barrett has no other options, they just attack. So because we did use up Cloud's limit, we are going to purposely be triggering the counterattack in the next phase. And how many times we do that depends on partially on damage, but also what our limit gauges are at. So since I have used it, we are going to be purposely getting counterattacked twice. If I was lucky enough that that had changed to filled up Barrett's limit, it would have been great. So we are still going to sit here for a moment.
Oh, Barrett, don't pretend you care. You just met him.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our first counterattack. Our health is a little low, but don't worry about it. Now, Barrett does have his limit now, but we're going to hold on to that. We need that for later. Okay, so we're totally fine. But we're gonna wait for the counterattack to end, and Barrett's just going to chill. Things get really bad, we'll use the limit, but this boss should die in a turn or two, so I'm not too worried.
You're not going to get to go on a date with Barrett, are you?
There's no date in this. Yeah. So sadly, for those who are unfamiliar, when playing through this casually, every or many of the choices you make in early game will choose who you go on a date with later on, whether it's Tifa, Aeris, Yuffie, or Barrett. And I was purposely aiming for Barrett when I played this game casually, and let me tell you, it was amazing.
It's a great payoff.
It was a very good payoff. But we don't have to worry about that here because we are not even going to make it to the Gold Saucer. Sorry, Gold Saucer. You have awesome games and fun activities and characters who are really mean and steal our things. Oh, wait, there's multiple of those in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you still get to deal with that character.
You definitely do. Okay, so this item we're picking up purely because it's in the way. You do need to make sure to rescue Jessie now, otherwise you have to come back and get her because she opens the door for you. A good way to get on these ladders as soon as possible is to mash while you're walking, so that helps a lot. I also use a pretty fascinating claw position when holding my controller in order to hold the run button and also to be able to mash and do other actions. So as luck would have it, we did get a back attack, but as you can also see, we're not really taking a lot of damage. And by the time we need to do any amount, we are going to get a free heal. So getting out of this place is not particularly difficult, thankfully. Also, hot tip, don't just sit and mash in the elevator. It will go up and down as long as you're mashing.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah, can and have. No, Jessie, there's a monster behind you.
They look so ridiculous when they're running.
Oh my god, they do. And you know what else is ridiculous? Basically, every monster in this game has spikes or like propellers. You're like, what is happening? Who designed these monsters? Not like, I don't mean like actual programmer. I like, who in Shinra designed these things? Like, do you have a thing for these?
The monsters in this one are pretty different from the FF6 and previous monsters.
Yeah, they definitely are. They have a completely different spin, as does the world in general, even though Final Fantasy VI is still very, industrial, not like this one is. So we are in cutscene land, which is absolutely fabulous. Who doesn't love a good cutscene? Spoilers, there's lots of cutscenes. We are in an RPG speedrun. Some of them are more fun than others. Thankfully, this one is not super long. One of the big techniques, which is actually fairly important for any sort of RPG speedrunning, is mashing speed. And in some games, there is actual technique to it. So we are being told we are going to rendezvous in Sector 8.
And everything is on fire.
Yeah, we don't want to get caught. Oh, good, good. We passed that set of stairs. No, please. So for anyone familiar with Crisis Core, they're advertising shows of Loveless. Apparently it is still being shown, even these many years later. So we are being introduced to Eris, but unfortunately, we don't want to talk to her right now. We just want to select the first option and tell her she should probably leave. It's a bit dangerous. We'll have a chat with her later. Get to deal with some NPCs here who we're going to just scoot on by. Okay, so the key part here is we don't want to fight anyone. Fights they take time, and they are completely unnecessary. We are also doing a certain amount of experience rooting, so we don't want to fight any extra battles, and there's a few opportunities where I may have to fight extra battles anyways. So dodge them where we can. Thankfully here, while these soldiers feel they have me cornered, or these troopers I should say, there's a convenient train. So away we go.
They didn't look all that invested in fighting you anyway.
They really didn't. They're probably like, this reactor just blew up. Do we have to?
They're all like, halt!
Please. Please, will you stop? So back with the group, they're all like, is C okay? And Barrett's like, whatever. We got ditched. And they're like, but C was so awesome. They'd be so helpful. And Barrett's like, I don't care. Angry.
Okay, refresh my memory. They did just meet like 5 minutes ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, just
yeah,
checking.
they're new.
Right.
They actually, in fact, just hired Cloud. They are paying him to help them.
So they really don't give.
No, they do not know. So Barrett not giving it all is pretty impressive. And Barrett spends a lot of this run being angry and confused. It's kind of his modus operandi, and it makes him adorable.
It's because you didn't woo him properly?
I did not woo him properly. That is unfortunate. There's always time.
Not in a speed run of 3.5 hours.
No, well, I don't know. There's always time for Barrett wooing. But someone who has no time for Barrett is Tifa. You're not going to really get to read the text much because, speedrunning. But she just, at every opportunity, is like, Barrett, please. Barrett, please. Barrett, Barrett, please. So there is a trick in this car. It is the first of a type of trick I'm going to do multiple times throughout the run, where you attempt to trigger a press button to activate text box at the same time you trigger a movement to activate text box. And if you can get two of those on at the same time, it will allow you to move in a scene where you're not able to. Unfortunately, this one called Jesse's Skip is one try only. If you get Jesse's attention and you did not also trigger the guard at the front of the train, you've missed it. Even the best speedrunners for this category don't always get this. It's really quite a difficult trick. Thankfully, you only lose about 10 seconds. So as far as time to lose in speedruns, it's not a bad one. So they're just explaining that we're on a train and they have security ID checkpoints because to manage the creeps on the train or, terrorists. Not that there would be any on this train.
They're not doing a very good job.
No, we're just regular, completely inconspicuous people.
With guns.
With guns for arms.
With guns for arms.
Yeah. Or guns for arm. And incredibly spiky hair. Like, I swear he could literally... Cloud doesn't need a weapon. That hair is his weapon.
But he does have a giant sword, no?
Yes, he does. He does, which we use for most of it. We do actually upgrade his giant sword to a different giant sword.
Which would not be accepted on the TTC, but apparently...
Yeah, for those of you who are in Toronto with us, don't bring giant swords on the TTC. I'm not even sure if they take the fake giant swords.
Well, this is Anime North.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody came here with a giant sword.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so we have finally made it. That is the end. We will never see another train in this run. I would like to say I'm being truthful, but I'm not. The beginning of this run is like, here's a train. Okay, we're done. Here's another train. Okay, we're done. Oh, wait. Trains.
Suplex a train.
Suplex a train. Yeah, sadly, they don't give me that ability. Otherwise, I would do it in a heartbeat. What's that? I'm losing time? Can't talk. Suplexing. So, everyone likes to gather here in front of the 7th Heaven bar, which we're heading to. So what we're going to do is as soon as I get control, we're immediately leaving. And what that does is it clears the screen of everyone who's gathered in front of the bar, and we come right back in, and now it's just Barrett. So we just talk to Barrett. Saves a little bit of time. We will be doing that particular trick again a little later to scroll Sephiroth off the screen. Because boy, does that gentleman walk slowly. When, not setting places on fire. So we are being introduced to the next member of our intrepid crew, Tifa, who is wonderful and has no time for Barrett at all. And we have a cute little girl. Also, one of the best ways I've learned to trigger plot in Final Fantasy VII is to leave. Oh, look, I suddenly have control and don't know what to do. I'm Cloud, I'm grumpy, let's just go. I'm done with this nonsense. Oh, wait, here's more plot! So, yeah. It's really funny. It's like, okay, leaving again. Oh, wait, leaving again. Oh, wait, I forgot. Let's go again. In this case, we get to check the oh-so-awesome pinball machine.
The other guys just jumped into the hole in the floor.
Yeah. Well, there's a part later, just in a few minutes, I'll comment on it when it happens, where they don't even use it. You're like, it's literally there. What are you doing? There's just a hole there. So Barrett's being angry. Doesn't like Cloud. And Cloud's like, you gonna mess with me? Pay me. So again, I need plot to progress, so time to get out of here. Bye. I don't care that you're my childhood friend. I need dollars. Also, the person on the TV screen looks like they have like an anteater face or a gas mask face or something.
Did not see that.
You'll see the TV again.
Cool.
The person's face was not drawn correctly. I'm not quite sure what they were aiming for, but they missed the mark a little bit.
Windows.
So, speaking of, it is time for more cutscenes. Because did you remember the promise we made all those years ago?
What promise?
Cloud certainly doesn't. Let us remind you about our promise.
I don't even remember what the promise was, actually.
That he would always come and protect Tifa if she was in trouble.
Oh, okay. I
like,
mean,
a wonderful person.
Tifa's pretty buff. I don't know. I feel like
Tifa's
Tifa's got herself in hand here.
Yeah. Look at Cloud's feet. I just love the way they kick. You're just like, oh, you're so adorable, tiny Cloud. Your hair is still out of control. Oh. So if there's any sort of announcements you want to make, this is a beautiful time for that.
Yeah, we can do that. Now we can. Let's go that loud. Just a quick reminder about this little marathon we've got going here. This is Games Finished Adequately 13. Count that, 1, 3, 13. We've done quite a few of these events over the years. Raising money for sick kids live here at Anime North 2018. If you're watching the stream and are at the convention, you can come on over to the Sheraton and come watch us live. Anyone's allowed on in. Otherwise, continue to enjoy the stream. Help us raising money for the Sick Kids Foundation. Really, really good charity, doing a lot of good work. Also, if you are on site, you can come get a free Sick Kid sticker. Just saying.
Got one right here.
They let anyone on these microphones. Like her.
I mean, we love you.
I'm a disaster waiting to happen.
But those are the most fun.
I really want to narrate Tifa in a bad Polish accent, but
Don't do
it's
it.
just going too fast.
Don't do it.
I really, shoulder.
So Barrett, instead of actually using the pinball machine, the secret pinball machine, decided to leave a floor in the hole in the hole in the floor and just climb up to show I can still climb with a gun in my hand. Hey, I have money. Do you want my money? Please don't take my money. Oh no, you took my money. So it's kind of the magic. So check out Shinra on the news's dude's face or person's face.
Oh boy.
Oh no, it's not there. Sorry.
Oh, sad.
Sorry, we lost it.
You broke my heart.
That's it. Yeah, I am. So I have really, really super important speed tech here. So we're watching out for Cloud's foot. It's really important. Okay, he shifted. You wouldn't understand. We have just dodged a 3-minute materia tutorial.
What?
Yes! We did it. Hardest trick in the game.
That's nice.
That's a blatant lie, but it is really important to keep an eye on that. Thankfully, it has a really obvious visual cue. So you can be like, okay, materia, yeah, don't know about it, don't care. Or being the nice person we are, we tell Barrett he would not understand and make him yell at us again. There's a reason Barrett is so angry all the time. Cloud and Tifa are just really not very nice to him. just wants to be your friends and blow up some reactors.
The mouths on these guys, I'm dying.
I know, just seriously, literally, if it is not a playable character and not in a battle, they have, the mouths. They make some of the cutscenes magical. And even the characters who don't have the mouths, some of them have wonky eyes. You'll notice when you see the first thing. You'll be like, what do you mean by wonky eyes, Netara? I'm going to let you notice. And they did clean up the faces of your actual player characters, though, which is quite nice. That part looks lovely. But otherwise, you're just like, okay, what did you do? Luckily, most of it looks quite pretty. So, once again, we're on a train. We are being advised we have 3 minutes to the ID checkpoint, so we're just going to chill here for a few minutes. And Tifa's going to show us a thing. We definitely were not just shown that by Jessie earlier. Swear. Totally new information. She just wants you to look not suspicious. However, bad news bears, checkpoint is earlier than we thought. So they must have known we were coming. So they give you 15 seconds to escape every car. So we are definitely going to escape this first car. That sounds like a great idea. However, you know what? I'm not so afraid of them for this second car. So, never mind. We went too far. Never mind. We just ruined everything.
Whoops.
What we're supposed to do is talk to the person at the bottom. And that's good. For some reason, he does not have a weapon. He does. Excellent. It won't let us access it in this screen. Okay, cool. We'll have to do it in the next screen. So we're just going to chill and wait for the time to go. Okay, now we can do it. Perfect. So ideally what you want to do is you want to get the high potion from the person in the front. And we're going to use that for a later battle, but there are extras we can pick up, or there's one we just won't sell later. And we're going to put both Cloud and Barrett in the back row. We want Tifa to take some damage. They just stole something for me, which is not very nice.
How rude.
How rude. So yeah, thankfully we do have an extra high potion. It will affect the amount of grenades we can buy, but it's not so bad. We do need at least one high potion in order to math a boss to death. So there are some extras we can pick up if need be as well. So not too worried. But yeah, usually you would talk to that gentleman, you would get, or that person, sorry, you would get a high potion, you would do your equipment, and the time would run out in that. And so you would have more to walk here, but that's actually faster than waiting for the time to run out. So this is fun. We have our extra weapons. We equipped finally that restore materia we picked up before the first boss. And we are going to go down into this vent. So there are a lot of friends and items on our way to the next reactor, some of which, like this upcoming ether, we are going to pick up, and many others, especially our friends, we're going to ignore. Ooh, preemptives. Thank you. Very kind. Down the pipe. So even though this is a game which I've played a bunch of times and know where to go, this is a really difficult game to navigate. So I always like to put on the assists so you can kind of see where you are, where the doors are. It's just really good memory inducers, and just in case you get a little lost on the screen. Very essential for if you're playing this casually. Usually the select button triggers it. It's called assist if you're playing in the PC version.
It's a godsend.
It is so helpful. It tells you where, that's a ladder. No, that's just part of the scenery. So we're going to dodge Jessie there and whatever that item is. And continue going because we ain't got time for this. There are more reactors. We had such a success with the first reactor. We're going to keep going. There's like 8 reactors total. So 1 down, 7 to go.
That's number 5.
That's number 5. So, oh no, don't go through the door, Cloud.
No, Cloud,
Why would you do that?
And all the way down the stairs, too.
I know, right? There's a nice slide there they made to make things a little easier for getting out here. So they're like, whee! Sadly, it is one way only. So once I am done in this reactor, I have to walk back the normal way. Much less fun. There should be slides in every reactor.
Do we have time for a donation from possibly a very important person?
Absolutely.
There are $25 here from the one and only Sparkover.
Spark, hi.
Sparkover says, go Netara! Go all the rest of the runners! Finish those games adequately. Thank you very much, Sparkover. We will continue to finish games adequately.
That we definitely will. And thank you so much, Spark. She is one of a member of a group I'm part of, the RPG Valkyries, who is a wonderful group of ladies, and we all RPG speedrun. So thank you so much for that, Spark. We are just running through here. Super exciting. One of the key points which we're doing here, and it's the reason we left Tifa in the front row, is we are trying to build up her limit gauge. And the next 2 boss fights, our strategies for those are going to change depending on what the level of her limit bar is. So her getting hit is excellent. So there's going to be a few parts in this run where I'm going to be like, please hit so-and-so. And it's for limit gauge manip. It's not a dislike of the character, because I love Tifa, but right now we want everyone to hit Tifa. Please, leave everyone else alone. Hit Tifa. Oh. But don't worry, Cloud is okay. Just remembering some things. Don't worry about it. So Tifa, we're going to see if we can scoot past you. We did. Lovely.
Barrett's got no sympathy.
Nope. Barrett's busy. So, thankfully, looks like everything's going fine this time. Okay, if you're going to hit anyone, hit Tifa. Hit Tifa.
Oh.
No, not Barrett. Barrett's fine.
No.
Or Cloud. Come on, hit Tifa. No, that's fine. We got away. Running away is even more important. So very shortly we're coming upon one of probably a very well-remembered part of the game for anyone who has played this casually, and I can promise you it gets no better speedrunning-wise. It is a trick where you have to, it's completely timing-based and there's no sound cues, so you just have to hope you remember how long it takes. So, okay, that was good. Poison only lasts during the battle, so we don't worry whatsoever. Because poison is gone, we don't get any weird poison effects as we're walking here. So the key point we're looking for Tifa is we want her limit gauge to be above 20%, which it currently is. So that means I can hold A to win for the next boss, which is lovely. Okay, good. We also defeated the stairs boss. There are many of these. That's not the worst stairs boss. I'll point out the worst stairs boss.
Oh, I remember which one the worst one was.
Oh, gosh. There are some bad stair bosses here. Yes! We're getting some good luck here. Keep hitting Tifa. You must hit the others. We'll allow it, but okie dokie. So we're going to scoot in here. Use the elevator again, which still has the same displays. Just don't even worry about it. Again, don't mash in the elevator. Love yourself more than that. So in this chest is an ether. We want that for selling. And it is time to press buttons at the same time. Are you good at this? Because I'm not. Let's see how this goes. Oh, we did it.
Ooh,
first time legit.
baller.
And that is actually really tricky because you saw that it wasn't quite perfect there, and it's really picky. So we're just going to do a safety save here. And we're going to do it in slot 4 because I need the first 3 slots for reasons. Just don't worry about it. So we're just going to do a safety save. Not that this is particularly hard, but we've been playing for, 30 minutes, and we don't want to lose any progress. So come on, hit Tifa.
No.
No, hit Tifa. Bye. It's okay. We escaped. Look, we've almost made it. What could possibly go wrong?
No.
Oh, no. They have caught us. It is like they are expecting people to blow up reactors.
Who tipped them off?
Right? Not only did they bring soldiers, the ever-scary, cigar-smoking President Shinra has shown up. But not the President Shinra of our hearts. We'll see them later. So he's just waxing poetically about how, oh, yeah, I definitely don't remember who you are, and Sephiroth is amazing, and here's a robot, bye. Very poetic, I promise. So this boss likes to spin around and attack, and this is probably the last fights where we need limits for the actual limits in order to do extra damage. So, but we got the damage we needed for Tifa and her limit break. So rather than going in a particular order, we're just going to hold A to win and use up some of those limits. Do some nice damage. So, and by doing it this way, we ensure that we always get the back attack on the Airbuster, doing extra damage and killing this boss very quickly. Oh no, I am being counterattacked. Yeah, this boss is really slow. It's like,
No
I'm going to
kidding.
do a thing. Let's sit for 10 seconds. Goodbye. And that was the end of Airbuster. I hope you enjoyed this boss. They worked really hard for our entertainment, but now they're done.
That was very educational.
Yeah, it was. So what happens when robots die?
They go to robot heaven?
And they explode.
Oh, that too.
So Cloud's not having a good day.
Yeah.
So, but
Cloud
don't worry. We assure them, be strong. We're fine.
Thoughts and prayers, Cloud.
Thoughts and prayers.
You'll be okay.
You'll be fine. You're just going to fall. How far down is that? Really far, I think.
Into a fire. I like how Barrett's just like, no, it's too late for him now.
Yeah, he's fine. Like, that's a really long way.
He should be dead.
Yes, that is so accurate it hurts. But that's okay. There's a conversation happening, so don't worry about who he's talking to. Cloud doesn't know either. And now there's a new voice. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
We know this voice.
I know this voice.
Best character.
Best
Well.
character. She does actually have a very important role in this speedrun.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
Aside from looking awesome.
Aside from looking awesome, I have a very important task I could not do without her.
All right.
So, it's not for a while, but she is actually incredibly important. There's a few people who are not at all important in the speedrun, but she is not one of them.
I want Vincent.
Also very important in the speedrun.
Good. Excellent.
So this is one of the... Oh, never mind. We're going to
Oops.
see extra text boxes. Thankfully, it's not a soft lock potential, but that one you wanted to select the bottom option saying, I've never seen you before in my life. So, either way.
Short-term memory.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, I don't know. Well, Cloud's remembering things just fine.
Oh, definitely.
There's literally nothing wrong with Cloud's memory. So this conversation involves with mashing, remembering that you need to run forward to mash some more. It's actually a bit annoying because Eris is wonderful, but the conversation is like, okay, mash the move, mash the move, mash the move. You're like, please. So A is going to join the party. Ever important. So we have a little guest in the back. So if you keep talking with Eris here, she will just keep responding and saying the same thing. So as per usual, Cloud, if you need to trigger plot, just try and leave. So now we can talk to her again. And we're getting officially hired again, but this time as a bodyguard. Except for the low, low price of, we are going to go on a date with Eris. I promise we're definitely going to see that. I'm lying to you. We're not going to see that.
Sad.
So we don't know this person. No, wait. No, wait. I know you. So we're being introduced to what I think is the best group in the game, the Turks. They have awesome, snappy music. And they, as they explain, they are the group of folks who recruit for the elite soldier program. And they are here for Eris.
And they are well dressed.
They are very well dressed. And are walking all over the flowers.
Wait,
Reno,
why are they
please.
recruiting Eris?
I
If
don't know.
they want elite soldiers and she just hired a bodyguard because she needs help to
That is
not
an excellent
die.
question. I'm so glad you asked. That will definitely be answered. Okay, so we're trying to escape because that's the thing you do when you're being chased by people with guns.
Trying to recruit you.
Yeah, trying to recruit you. Because that's what the Turks do. They have no other jobs. So Cloud's like, I'm not going to help you. You can jump this on your own. You're fine. And them in fine form, they're like, the ancient's getting away. Don't let her get away. Let's shoot at her. Not smart. So I'm sure everyone remembers this section where you have to choose between running and barrels. So in this particular scenario, we want to toss this first barrel to get rid of that guard. So depending on whether you're step routing or actually just running through like I am, it's a different set of options. Either way, though, we're just sitting here because Eris has to make her own way. But you need to remember what the options are. So in this case, we do not at any point want her to fight. That will never be a choice. We either want her to wait while we toss a barrel or we want her to run. And we ourselves do not want to run once we get here because there are random encounters in this section. So even though it's a little unexciting, we want to sit here and just chillax. Because she's got this.
What happens if Eris fights?
You waste time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's no fun.
She hits them with her staff, and it's very unexciting.
Okay.
So it's even less exciting than us just sitting and waiting. So we have gotten her, so we're going to leave. we're out. Bye. And she just walks off. She's just like, I don't know where I'm going, but the beauty of AI. So she explains that this is not the first time the Turks have been after her. And Cloud's like, but the Turks recruit for soldier. Why did they want you? And she's like, And they're both like, you are obviously not soldier material. Ha ha ha, let us laugh and run. So we're going to continue to run away from the Turks. Cloud, once again, being thoughtful about the fact that she is not an ex-soldier. She is a flower girl and wonderful, but maybe not quite as physically competent.
She's wearing kind of this like tight-fitting skirt thing too. So.
Yeah, exactly. So she does recognize him as a soldier, and she's like, okay, let's keep going. Your eyes glow. That's wonderful. Let's go. So our mission, should we choose to accept it, which we have, is to bring Eris home. So we are going to do that. But we do have some important tasks to do prior to that. So her house is over this way somewhere, so we don't need that save point. Bye.
I feel like she's not going to pay you for this.
No, she is definitely not going to pay. She's going to make me pay for this, but yeah. So see, everything has spikes. Teeth and spikes, and sometimes they have teeth and spikes. You're just like, what?
Teeth spikes.
So we're going through here, but before we quite bring Eris home, we have some shopping to do. There are some important items that we need. So, but first we're going to sell potions, because who needs, curing? And we are going to buy grenades, because as mentioned earlier, they are very good. Actually, I just realized, item, we are going to sell that early, and hope for the best. Okay, cool. We need a little bit of money for the next section, so I need to have it, and I did not have enough money, so we're just going to, I have to sell those Phoenix Downs later anyways, so.
This is a pretty nice house for the slums, gotta say.
Right? Not just a nice house, like an entire flower field. Okay, so. Is T a girl? She's a girlfriend? Yep, she's my girlfriend.
Oh.
So again, a lot of the choices we make literally are the mean options, but it makes people stop talking. They're like, oh, well, let's move on to the next topic of conversation. So you save a few text boxes that way. So Eris is like, I'm totally going with you for Sector 7. And her mom's like, well, that's lovely, but why don't you rest first? Can you go make up the room? And you go have a quick conversation with Elmira here. And she's like, can you just not tell Eris and leave? And you're like, okay, I could totally do that. I am the sneakiest. Good night, C. You're like, oh, God.
Eat some steak and scoot up to bed.
Yep. Even C's just like, oh, what have I done? So the important part in this upcoming section is you cannot run and you cannot touch the wall to Eris's room. If you do either of those things, Eris wakes up and goes, oh, hi, what are you doing up? And you go, nothing, and go back to your room. So you want to avoid both of those scenarios so you can just very calmly and sneakily and in no way detected out of her house. And it's only in the top floor. By the time you get to the bottom floor, you're fine again. So we want those. They're important. So we're just going to scoot over here. Look at us go. Do, 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 do. Okay, we're screened, so now we can run. Bye. Thank you for your kind hospitality. We're gone. Bye. There's so many things to just get caught on as you're running. You're like, and this thing's in my way. And look, I don't know why we underestimated her at all.
How did
She's
she get
just
out
like,
of the
oh,
house?
hi. I was in my room before you left, and now I'm in front of you. Eris, the most powerful in the game.
I totally just teleported here.
Yep. That's what she does. So this is one of the worst screens in the game for a new casual player because it's really hard to determine what
my God.
you can actually interact with, what is your path for walking, and what is just literal junk. So we're telling her we're taking her home, and she's like, well, can we just hang out here first? So I'm just going to wait for her to come up here. Hello. Hello, we are friends. So we go to this frankly terrifying slide. Like, I think that thing is pretty terrifying. Maybe it's supposed to be cute? Maybe just chill. So more wonderful conversation. Cloud definitely remembers things. It's always funny. You're like, I'm going to ask you a direct question, Flash. He's like, yes, I remember. Ha ha, ha ha. So while chilling, we have this wonderful chocobo-drawn cart and with a friendly face on the back. We're like, what?
It's really garish. I just noticed that.
It's really garish. And so A is just all, oh, hey, that's your friend. Let's go see what's up. And you're like, what are you doing? Come back.
You don't know each
Eris,
other. Help.
yeah, Eris really just does her own thing at all points of time. So this begins what is probably my favorite section of the game, which is just a really long fetch quest. Oh.
Men.
Yeah. There's a lot of combination here of Japanese characters and English words, and it's just a mess of things. As this place is, so this is Wall Market. It is not a very safe place. They say for girls, but let's be real, it's not safe for anybody. So we have to stop here very briefly to the Honeybee Inn, which is legit creepy, and talk to that gentleman who advises us that T's the new girl for the Dawn of this area, Don Corneo. And so if we want to save or talk to T, we need to go through them. So Don Corneo's mansion is up at the top, so we're going to go and have a chat. Be like, hey, Don Corneo, that's our friend. Can we maybe pick her up? Unfortunately, the guard here is like, the Don doesn't like men. I'm not even going to talk to you. So Eris is like, okay, I got this. we will talk. Everything is good. And they quickly determine, okay, hold on a sec. You can't get in because you're a man. Well, that's easily fixed. So Eris is like, don't worry, I have a friend. So then becomes the fetch quest to become the prettiest. We are looking to make Cloud very pretty, and I like to think we're pretty successful. The ultimate goal here is Don Corneo is going to pick one of the three to go to bed with them, which is awful and terrifying, and we want that person to be Cloud. You save a bunch of battles and a lot of time by having Cloud selected. But in order to do that, it means we need to get the best of the available fetch quest items. So we're just going to do a bit of a loop, talking to the materia shop owner who wants us to go to the inn to find out what they're selling there. But we're a little hungry, so we are going to stop and have a sushi plate on our way. So we have to just hang. Wait for them to fry up our sushi.
Why are they frying it?
I don't question. I'm sure it is delicious. Well, it was all right. So for saying it's all right, we now get a pharmacy coupon, which is fabulous. So you know what? Let's redeem that right away. I hear pharmacy coupons are really neat, and you get some, fabulous items. And let's scare this person at the same time, because we're not very nice. So we would like the digestive, as that's going to be super important. And now we can continue on from our quest from the materia person. So for 10 gil, we can chill and stay at the inn. And we need to buy the 200 gil item from the machine. What is it? Who knows? But we do know the materia shop owner really wants to know. So hopefully it'll get us something neat.
And that's some serious, blind boxing there.
It really is some serious blind boxing. They're like, we don't know, just buy things. So depending on how much you pay for the item does determine which item you get. So you want to get the most expensive one. And this person is apparently a shady business because they're like, can you turn around? You obviously won't hear us, Eris, if you are right there. So it turns out the item we bought was a protein shake set. And so for finding that out, we get the diamond tiara. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is safety save, because I'm going to do a really fun trick, which if I mess up, will soft lock the game. So we don't want to lose all that time. So we have now gotten the diamond tiara. So next up is a dress. And we're told that, unfortunately, their father, who is the dressmaker, is in a bit of a slump. And they're currently at the bar. So if we want to dress, we are going to have to talk to them.
That's not really a good business approach.
It's really not at all, but I'm not sure a lot is good business approach down here. So we're going to go to the bar. And the shopkeeper's right here, but you know what? We're not going to talk to them first. We're going to open this door to this poor person who is not feeling very well. And we're going to walk with this text box open and talk to them. So while we have that conversation going, we're going to come back and close the door. And we're going to mash through all this text until it says, what? A tough-looking guy like that? So there we go. So we're going to open the door. We're going to talk to this person right here. I'm trying to light it up. I don't want to. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to mash through text and give them the digestive. Wait till the second text box is up. Now we're being very careful. We have 2 conversations happening at once. And if I pick the wrong option, I get the wrong dress. If I dismiss the wrong text box or get the timing wrong, like if I dismissed that key item, we would have soft locked. So instead, we got the sexy cologne and we are ready to get our dress. We have motivated the dressmaker with such a different request than what they're used to. And they're like, I'm very excited about this. This sounds amazing. I'm going to make this dress. So Eris is like, okay, try it on. Got to make sure it fits and it'll work for what we're doing.
You made this guy's day.
Yeah. So Cloud is just like, what? What is happening? So Eris peeks in. It's like, okay, we're not quite ready. We need a wig. So we're being recommended that there is a gym close by where we can go and get a wig. So we're like, okay, we've got everything else. Let's get a wig. So up we go to go talk to the beautiful bro because we want to look cute and we need a cute wig to do so. Now, this is time for everyone to do squats. So this can actually get a little difficult, so I'm not going to do squats at the same time because doing that could make us get the bad wig, and that wastes time. So we're going to do it. So we don't want practice. We're just going to do it. I'm going to talk very little during this because squats.
I should really concentrate on this part. Because squats.
And timing.
Are you feeling winded, Netara?
So many squats. That's right. Keep messing up, beautiful bro. You're too oh no, don't do it, Cloud.
Squat, 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 squat,
Okay,
squat,
we're fine.
squat. You got this.
Yeah. He got confused like 3 times. So they got confused like 3 times. Still, they had 20 squats and I had 22. So just to show you how quickly that can go off the rails. So we did get the key item of the blonde wig, which is the best wig. So we are set. We are ready. We have weird spiky hair, but we are ready to be the prettiest. So let's do this.
Can Cloud still get chosen if you have the lesser wig?
No. You literally have to have the best of all 4 items in order. You both have to have all 4 items and the best versions of each item in order to get Cloud chosen. Otherwise, depending on which mix of items you have, you can get Eris or Tifa chosen, which again involves extra battles. So it is important you select the correct options for getting the dress made as well. So Eris is like, well, you can't be the only one who's looking pretty. I'm also going to look pretty. So just picks out just a random dress. They're all like, this one, that one. She's like, no, that one. And just comes out looking the prettiest.
She looks way better than Cloud.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why Don Corneo would select Cloud.
I don't know. Don Corneo.
Like,
Don Corneo
that
is
wig.
just a monster, so we don't really trust their judgment whatsoever. They're literally kidnapping girls for awful purposes, so we don't like that. So we talked to the gentleman, the person up here again, and they're like, yeah, 2 ladies, come on in. We're a group of creepy folks.
That wig is really horrific, though. It's literally just Cloud's hair with pigtails.
I love it.
Right.
I think Cloud looks adorable. I'm just like, Cloud, you're so cute. Oh. I'd pick Cloud. Okay, so now that the guard is gone, we're going to sneak in and we're going to find T, because that's really important. So here we go, just a totally normal room of the mansion. To do not even worry about it. And Cloud sees T and is like, no, wait, I can't. I'm shy all of a sudden.
I'm shy.
I'm shy, I can't talk to her. So we are, so now we have the 2 ladies introducing themselves and being like, yeah, we both know C. Yeah, C's totally here. And Tifa's like, when did you get so cute? You are the cutest. What is happening? So Cloud is like, yes, I am adorable, but let's focus. Here's why we're here. We're here to save you. And Tifa's like, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
Please don't save me.
Kind of didn't need saving.
So they've been advised that the Dawn has some information from Shinra, and they really want that information. So, and they're like, well, bonus, with 3 of us here, that is, 2 extra choices, and we're all on the same side. So as long as one of us can get chosen, there is no losing. So, and even though A and T have just met for the first time, they definitely trust each other.
They're BFFs.
They're definitely, as they should be. They're both wonderful people. So we are going to pick up this item in the corner. Okay, thank you. More ethers to sell.
Cloud was just fulfilling his promise to Tifa. He just
Absolutely.
assumed she needed saving.
Yep. Which, let's be real. If anyone needs saving in this situation, it is not Tifa.
Legit.
So it is time. We are being brought before Dawn, who is also smoking a cigar, and is already super creepy. And has to make sure to size up all 3 of these cuties.
He's got springs on his feet.
He's just awful. Don Corneo, why must you be so creepy? So Cloud is just like, please don't pick me. Don't pick me. Don't pick me. Oh my gosh, you picked me. Why? So again, this is what we want because we get to just mash through a few text boxes and get to skip battles, which are less than fun. So thank you, Don Corneo, for falling into my trap. This is definitely what we intended. So yeah, this is particularly creepy. So we do need to pick certain text boxes here.
The
So
bedspread says
we
heaven
don't,
on it.
I know, the bed says heaven, and yes, I do have someone else. His name is B. So it's the quickest way to get out of the text box loop and to reveal our true identity as still adorable, but no longer the cutest. So yeah, and his bed says heaven. It's super creepy.
So gross.
It's like there is nothing not gross about Don Corneo. Don't be like Don Corneo is the moral of this story. So they are threatening him, saying if you don't give the information, he's like, but Shinra will kill me, and you're like, we will end you. We are also scary. So he is revealing that Shinra's like, welp, we know where the rebels are. Let's just break the pillar and bring the plate down and kill everyone because we're monsters. So Don Corneo is like, why would I tell you? Well, because he's sure he's going to win. Yeah, that's right, you dance. Goodbye forever.
The dance.
Yeah. So we're here. A few more cutscenes before we get back to our next boss, actually. But we're getting introduced to some of the Shinra staff in this section. So President Shinra is just like, oh, hey, what's up? And Heydigger, who is, I believe, Gyahaha? Later in the game, Heydigger and Scarlet get referred to as Gyahaha and Kyahaha, which I feel are very suiting names.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, and so Heydigger is in charge of Soldier. And Reeve here is not part of Soldier or the Turks, even though he's in a suit. But he is in charge of another section. It's kind of like, do we really want to kill all these people? And President Shinra's like, why don't you have a vacation, Reeve? You're looking a little stressed. Please
He looks
just
like
leave.
Phoenix, right?
Yeah, exactly. He really does look like Phoenix. Phoenix with a beard. So we have been dropped into the sewers. There are worse things, right? So it is a little gross, but the worst is over, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh no, there's a boss. So we're being introduced to the wonderful apps, and we did not get the amount we want to do. So we want to bolt, and we want to do Tifa. There we go, and grenades. Okay. So depending, this was our second fight, where if Tifa was over 70%, which she is now, on her thing, we would have done a different turn order. But we're fine now. So we're going to swap Cloud also to grenades, because they do more damage than the bolt. But the bolt just kind of gets things started. So thankfully as well for us, Apps actually is more interested in doing damage to themselves than to us. So while we get damaged a little bit by the sewer tsunami, or not at all, it's doing great damage to itself. So we're just
That's
like, okay,
ridiculous.
no problem. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So we're just going to sit here and show you how amazingly overpowered grenades are at this point of the game. And between them and the boss itself, let them handle this. There we go.
Ta-da!
We slayed. Do, 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 do.
Got
Good
time
job,
for a donation?
Absolutely.
Fantastic, because we have $35 from Goonshired Goons. Good luck on your FF7 run. It's going to be a long run, so I hope you can bear it.
Oh!
I love puns. That
Bad
was
boy.
beautiful.
That was my boy.
Oh, yay. I was like, I don't know this person, but that's wonderful. Even better. The pun is even more better now. Okay, so again, we're just running away from everything. We have fought the boss, which was the only important thing. So the next part is just to get out of this section. We don't even need to collect anything here. We're just literally running through the sewers. Yeah, we do want to jump down the random
not.
pipe in the sewers. Oh gosh. No. I always love the arrows in this section. The one that's green. Green usually means you have to press a button to trigger it, and red just means you can just walk right through. So they swap it up. So the hardest part about this section is dodging that save point or not going back into the sewers. Because trains. It's a bit of a maze until you actually memorize it, but thankfully it's not that difficult. So we are dodging everything.
Oh, nice.
So thankfully our backup high potion is right here, which we needed. Well, it's not so much a backup. We needed to pick up that one anyways. So we're just going to scoot around, pick up some other things. That's just a regular potion, so we're not picking it up. We don't need this. Do, 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 do. This music. This game has just the best music. Also, I sing along to a lot of it. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so yeah, the trains are just difficult to navigate for finding the correct section. You're like, okay, I come down to this part. Where do I go? Why am I not going down? Please, Cloud, go down the ladder.
It's like, oh, that's a door. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So while everything's jumping out and being like, oh, do you remember where you're going? You won't afterwards. So I want to note that some of these enemies actually don't have spikes. Some of the only enemies in the game. So this screen is mostly moving trains as sort of a mini puzzle. It's not even that big a puzzle. There's only two trains to move, and you wish to move both of them. So the hardest part is just not moving before then. So don't accidentally go up the stairs. Okay, we did it. Check, I think this is a high potion. Go back over there. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so we technically don't need that, but where I didn't get the earlier one, it is good to have a bit of extra money for our shopping route. Okay. So going down the stairs.
Was it ever explained what happened to the world to put it in such a state of disrepair?
Kind of vaguely. It's not so much that the world is in disrepair as they built a city on top of like Mako, and this is under the plate. So everyone who is rich and influential gets to be live on top of the plate, and everyone else gets to live down on the slums where all the garbage and such goes. So yeah, unfortunately. That's why it looks so terrible, but the rest of the world's not bad other than the fact it's dying from the fact that Mako's being drained. So we have arrived at the pillar, and unfortunately things are not going so well. Wedge is totally fine. Wedge is talking to us.
He's moving.
Totally fine. Nothing could possibly be wrong.
His eyes are open.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is great. Okay, so this is the true stairs boss. Let's see if we do it. Oh, we did it. I think that's the best I've ever done those stairs. So there are a lot of stairs just in this game, and we're getting close to our real fun section of stairs. But for now, we're just climbing up, and we hear a gun. That can only mean one thing. More Shinra troopers. No, actually it means Barrett. Yes, propellers. Propellers are the other things they like.
Wow, these guys are hilarious.
Yeah. Propellers and spikes are big. They're just like, well, you know what? Oh, we don't want spikes on this one. Let's put a propeller instead. You're like, what are you doing, please? So actually, it's Barrett. Hello, Barrett. Pleased to see you again.
Hi, Barrett.
Apparently, we are trying to keep that helicopter away. And the game is very kind and gives you an opportunity to menu before this upcoming boss battle. But as I'm about to demonstrate, Reno is a bit of a joke. So, beep. So we press the button. We're not very happy about that. So we're going to take it out in the best way we know how, with grenade violence. We are terrorists. So what we're aiming for is for everyone to get a hit in before he decides to shove one of us into a pyramid. Ideally, no, he always goes for the person who has not attacked yet. I have heard rumors, the legends say, that it is possible for him to actually attack someone who is already grenaded, but I don't believe it. So 8 grenades, and he remembers the stove is on and runs. So thankfully, he is attacking Barrett. So I had a practice run yesterday where he decided to just focus fire right on Tifa and almost killed her. I think he did kill her, actually. I was like, what? He can actually hurt me? So it was less fun.
Bye, Reno.
So bye, Reno. Go take care of the stove or whatever that was that reminded you. Bye. So he's just like, yep, peace, done. So we want to go relieve Tifa from her duty on the thing. And they're like, nope, it's too late. This is a new special time bomb, which, I don't know, cannot be disarmed. And, oh, by the way, we kidnapped Eris. Hi. So, Barrett, that might not be a good idea. Even Tifa's like, please? Please, can you not shoot at our friend? That would be particularly bad.
Yeah, what was his plan if the helicopter went down?
We just don't question that. So saying that was not very nice. That was actually quite rude. You don't hit people. You ideally don't kidnap them either, but... Can we at least be pacifistic like kidnappers while killing an entire section of people? I think this metaphor has just gone somewhere. The moral of the story is Seng is a bad person. So we can run around here, but we're just waiting for Barrett to get a clue. Come on, Barrett. Sometimes it takes Barrett a while to be like, oh yeah, I can jump on this. And we cannot progress.
Push him, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. You're just like, Barrett, please. Okay, get on. Go, 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 go. Whee! Best seat on the house. I love how they're using his arms as seats. Just goes to show how big his arms is. He's like, I got this. Seat for either.
If there was another FF7 movie, I would want Barrett to be played by The Rock.
That would be amazing. I just want everyone in that movie to be played by The Rock.
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, including Eris.
Yeah, especially Eris.
And Cloud in the dress.
Oh, so beautiful. Seriously, the cutest. Okay, so Shinra has proven once again that they are absolute monsters. And have President Shinra's just chilling. Oh, hey, what up?
My reactors are on fire. What else?
Actually, his reactors are fine. My people below the plates, they're just a little dead. Don't worry about it. I have this lovely music. Can't you hear? Sad. Not a nice fellow, that President Shinra. Wow, I just noticed for the first time that Cloud's like shoulder, rolled neck.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we know. Flying away from exploding plates is like to give someone whiplash.
The playground is also way creepier now.
Yeah, so poor Sector 7, unfortunately, has been destroyed, and Barrett is quite obviously and understandably distraught. His friends were all there and did not get a chance to escape as we did. And his little 4-year-old daughter, who he left in charge of the bar earlier, I want to note, not exactly the greatest parenting decision, but she was also there. So to say he is upset and angry is to put it quite mildly.
Shoot the sky, Barrett. That's all you can do.
Yeah, just shoot that wall. You got this. And Cloud's like, yeah, we know, but we got to keep fighting. You know, you started this fight and this is awful, but... Actually, I think it's Barrett who's like, no, I'm angry. Now I'm angrier. Let's keep fighting. Let's just all agree that fighting is bad and let's blow up more reactors? I don't know. And
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, exactly, right? And once again, Cloud's like, oh, wait, we got to progress the plot. Time for me to leave. Bye. I'm out, folks.
Aw, Tifa.
Bye. Sad. Okay, so we're leaving. Bye. Oh, no, they found me. How unexpected.
You don't even know where Marlene is.
So, well, Tifa did mention that she advised Eris, or actually, yeah, that she advised Eris to go check the 7th heaven. And Eris managed to tell them from the plane that Marlene's okay.
All right.
Marlene is at her house. So this is the second last kind of opportunity to see exploding houses if they show up. Because this is the only section of the game which decided, let's have houses throw missiles at you. Because reasons.
All right, all right.
Yep. So, but we are back in front of Eris's house, so you know what this is a great time for? Grenades. We love grenades. So we're going to sell some more items. So we're going to sell ethers. Goodbye. And we don't need that. And we don't need those. And we don't need that either. Goodbye. Oh, actually, we're going to hold on to that. And we don't need one of those. So goodbye. And but with all that mini dollars, we're going to plink over to exit and then come back in and buy grenades. Now, we do need to leave a certain amount of money because there is some shopping I need to do. I think I can actually afford... there we go. That's enough grenades. So there is some mandatory shopping I need to do in the next section, so I need to ensure I have enough money to do that. However, I heard you folks were missing some cutscenes. So I got you some cutscenes to go with your cutscenes in case you wanted to cutscene.
I hear you like cutscenes.
Yeah, I hear you like cutscenes. Oh, don't worry, there's more. So if we have any announcements, anything like that, feel free. And if not, we will chill and enjoy with this beautiful music.
This is the best music, though.
It is the best music.
This theme is gorgeous, played at the orchestra.
Oh,
so good.
I honestly find for all that there's a lot of polarizing opinions on, whether folks love or hate this game, that we can all agree that the music is just beautiful. It's really well done.
I thought all folks except me loved this game. Isn't that how it goes? I was pretty sure.
Everyone but me. No, there are folks who don't like it. 8 is much more polarized.
Ah, yes.
But
the music was also good in 8.
The music is fabulous in 8. So Eris's mom is explaining that she is not Eris's birth mother, that while waiting for her husband every day at the train station to come back from war, she found a dying woman who said, "Take care of my daughter." And so she did, and has been.
Probably poor timing to reveal this to Eris.
Yeah. Thankfully, Eris is old enough to understand that what is,
I'm adopted.
I'm adopted. You're not my real mom. Explaining that they had escaped from a laboratory and that her mother was killed as part of that escape. And her mother had asked Elmira to keep Eris safe. Eris was very mysterious and would just come out with these weird things, like telling her, don't worry, that person's, returned to the planet, but don't cry, they're fine. And her mom's like, okay. And it turns out, unfortunately, her husband did not make it back from the war. He was a casualty. So let us have cutscenes explaining that Eris is important and special, and this is why the Turks and Shinra keep kidnapping her or attempting to kidnap her.
And to make you more attached to her.
Yep. In case something should happen to her.
But nothing like that will happen. This is a
Nope.
PG-13 stream and game.
Eris is fine. If I can promise you nothing else about this game, this particular run, it's that Eris is fine. Everything else is up for grabs. I can guarantee nothing else. I can also actually guarantee that that Marlene is also fine. And Barrett has learned an important lesson about leaving 4-year-olds in charge of the bar. Don't do it, please.
She doesn't even have a license.
She's not even, she probably can't even read. She should not be mixing drinks. Or, in charge of alcoholic beverages. I'm sorry, I love you, Barrett, and you shouldn't judge people on their parenting decisions, but we're judging you on your parenting decisions.
Where was the mother?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Oh, we got it, folks. We have a house.
Oh! Why is the house attacking you?
Which is attacking us. It is literally shooting us with rockets. It is a rocket house. Why? I like not to question these things, but...
Oh, Final Fantasy VII.
There we go. We're done. We'll never see another Hell House again. Goodbye. And that's also the end of Creepy Playground. Goodbye. Goodbye to all the things. So we're back. Wall Market. Hello. Hopefully you have some wonderful things for me. I've heard rumors that this is how I get above plate.
This place doesn't look like it was too badly affected by the huge explosions that
Yeah,
happened.
thankfully it is okay. So we're going to buy a mithril rod. Now, theoretically, this is only a just-in-case item, but I have found I have needed it in the past. There's some mathing I need to do in a future battle, and without that mithril rod, things can go terribly, horribly wrong. So we're going to just scoot over there. Yeah, when people are in your way, your sprite gets a little twitchy. It's just like, brrr. You're like, okay, I'm just going to vibrate my way there. Sometimes there are like nice clean ways to scoot past the NPCs or, you know, your PCs who are in the way. Like when Tifa was in the reactor, but no. Or despawning folks. So now we are doing our Brave Gambit to go above plate so we can finally, once and for all, deal with Shinra in their house. So, seeing a very nice view of the horrible, horrible atrocity that was just committed.
Do you really expect me to believe that Eris is climbing this pipe?
She totally is. She's fine. How could possibly be wrong? So, one of the things we just picked up from Wall Market was a set of 3 batteries. And these are necessary to progress. You need 300 gil in order to pick these up, as they're 100 each and they give you 3. We will only be using 2 of them. The third one is for a treasure box. I'll be honest, I don't know what's in it, but it is out of the way and unrequired, so we do not get it. And unfortunately, we get to chill here for like 40 seconds while this propeller does its thing. But thankfully, everyone has to do that, so it's not like, oh no, I did something wrong and it's propeller time. So, this is the second battery. So, we're coming up to a point which everyone hates, but you can actually pass with a sound cue, so let's see if I get it. First try. So
Nice.
as long as you know the sound cue, you can get that first time every time. But yeah, the sound cue can be a little tricky, just kind of, because it's not even particularly clear. It's just like, at this point during this sound, you can do a thing. Screech! But first, we're climbing. Goodbye. And we have made it to the headquarters of Shinra, where we are going to make some noise.
And climb some stairs?
And no.
Oh, no, sorry.
Why would we climb stairs? We don't like stairs.
And stairs don't like us.
There are 2 options that the game gives us for how we are going to enter this building. And the 2 options are we are going to bust in the front door. And the second option is to climb 1 billion stairs. 1 billion stairs. So we're chatting with Barrett, and he's like, oh, we should totally bust in. And Tifa's like, that's not smart. And so we're just like, let's bust on in. We're good. Why would you do anything but bust in? We're going to safety save here because I have one singular time, I have soft locked. So we're just going to change some things while we're here. Save a menu later. And we're going to save. Once again in slot 4. And then we're going to blatantly lie to Barrett and take the stairs. Yeah, we're totally busting in, I promise.
From the side.
We're busting our groove on these stairs. Yeah, so I do want to warn, this game has not aged very well in some of its talk and some of its speech. There is a bit of non-PC language used later in these stairs. Please keep in mind, this game is 21 years old, so it's nothing really truly terrible, but yeah, the game, it's not okay language. Don't use it yourself. But until then, we are going to climb 1 billion stairs, and you can't actually mash through the text, so you can listen to Barrett complain, Cloud just be like, I'm a tough person, and Tifa being like, Barrett, if you complain one more time, you are going to see my boot, and you're not going to enjoy it. And spoilers, Barrett really doesn't like it. So we did actually count the stairs one day. Because I also run a category of Final Fantasy IV where we do a bunch of stairs and then do a glitch. In that case, the stairs are part of the glitch. And it's 64 sets of stairs there. So we're like, how many sets? So if we're talking individual stairs, I think it was 128. But there are 64 flights of stairs. So I don't know what is so magical about that number. But if you're ever bored sometime and want to count stairs, have fun.
Wow, Tifa, so much sass.
Tifa really, like, every time
Oh.
you pay any attention to what she's saying, and it's specifically towards Barrett, she has no time for Tarrant. For Barrett. And the new ship name, Tarrant.
Tarrant. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty great, actually. But yeah, no, Barrett really is just a teddy bear, and Tifa has no time for any of it.
I mean, I'd be kind of irritated with Barrett too
Yeah.
during this part.
Agreed.
but- He's like, maybe these are like endless stairs or something. Maybe it's just infinity stairs. It's the Matrix sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Tifa's just like, shut up.
Tifa's just like, will you stop talking and climb? Just please. Please do not. Yeah, he's like, I'm going back. I'm done.
Bye, Barrett.
I'm leaving. Tifa, the voice of reason. Barrett does not enjoy himself. Which goes to show he probably could use, to do these stairs. We're helping him. Okay. And now we have our little break time where Tifa first is berating him and then remembers that she's walking up ahead of these two. And she's like, no, you guys go first. And they're like, what are you talking about? She's like, go in front of me. And you're like, okay, Tifa, I'm scared of you and I respect you. So I will do whatever you request.
But she's wearing shorts, right?
It looks like a skirt. I've never really checked for sure. In later versions, it's shorts.
The cosplayers definitely wear shorts.
Yeah, I would, because it's a very short skirt, and considering she's doing kicks and things, I've always kind of assumed it's like a skirt, but probably is. He's like, so tired forever.
No. It's okay, Barrett. Oh, Tifa.
Yeah, you're like, Tifa, that is not acceptable. Please stop. But it does mean we are almost to the top. We have almost made it out of Stairland. Now, the reason we do the stairs is they are faster unless you happen to get good RNG. If you take the elevator and get bad RNG, though, the stairs are actually faster. So for more consistent timings, you're just better off taking the stairs. It's just a little break where you're just holding a button and rotating the D-pad, just being like round and round.
It's better for your heart.
Yep, better for your heart.
Climb stairs.
Maybe not so good for your knees. Check with your doctor before climbing literally a billion stairs. So we are going to progress into the battle. So we changed the battle into wait for this, starting with this battle. But first we're going to... yeah, we want that back one. So the interesting thing about these particular enemies is you hit them once, their armor disappears, and then you hit them again, and they die. So we're trying to hit them when their armor is removed, their ATB resets. So if you can time it correctly, you can actually ensure that they attack very little. So also, they are wearing backwards rollerblades. Their feet face the normal direction to start, and all of a sudden they have backwards rollerblades. I just don't question Shinra.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty magical. They're like, what is happening with the feet? And now for what is the best but worst part, we're going to sneak past some guards. And for those who... Oh, did we seriously... Oh, my goodness. This is... waste of grenades. But unfortunately, these enemies are unrunnable. The unfun thing about the guard thing, or maybe the fun thing, is every time you fail, you get the opportunity to fight a battle. I learned, definitely not through any experience of my own, that you can only fail it 4 times before they will automatically pass you through and say, you're just bad at this, just please keep going. So hopefully we are not going to see that, but it can be a bit fun, so... It should have hopefully have been the correct elevator. Now, if you choose to go back down to the first floor and mash buttons on your way down, you will soft lock, as I found out one day. So don't do that. So talk to them. Okay, so I'm going to just take a bit of serious time here to get past this, as the timing is picky.
Try not to distract you too much.
Yeah, it is a pattern, but getting that pattern is fun. And by fun, I mean awful. Why did they do this?
I do like that eventually if you fuck it up too many times, they'll be like,
Yeah.
no, you can just go. It's fine.
Yeah. In the practice save I made, Tifa's literally invisible.
Nice.
So it's just like, yes, I definitely know how to do this. Okay. That was a little tighter than I wanted. Okay. Perfect. We're back on pattern. I got off the pattern for a second, so we're going to... So I'll swap, and then there'll be an empty space.
All right.
This is where I lose it most often, like right at the end. Okay, we did it!
Yay!
First time! Easy every time. It's not.
You gotta own it. You gotta be
Yeah,
like,
easy
oh, yeah,
every
like,
time.
No problem. I'm
Oh,
always
yeah.
like this.
Always
Flawless.
get it that. Yeah, definitely. Every time. So we're going to go talk to this person here who, by saying literally nothing to, is like, oh, you must be part of maintenance. Here, have a key card. You're the reason the security is so bad in this building. Person. Like, please don't. Any security rule tells you do not just give someone your badge. Don't do it. But that's okay, because it means we can get a little further. Now, those bookcases are there so you can figure out what the code is to get in first time and get the item. We don't care what the extra item is. We just want the pass, and it will always be one of 4. So we just go through them until we get them. So it cannot be orbs, and it cannot be Hojo. So apparently Bomb is our winner today. So we get our key card, and we get an ether. Ooh, yay, exciting. But that's fine. We only wanted the key card, and away we go. So yeah, it does vary, and checking the bookcases apparently will give you hints, but yeah, we don't got time for
Ain't
that.
nobody got time.
Ain't nobody got time for that, so away we go. Okay, so the fun thing about this is, to start, this is the only unlocked treasure chest, so you have to get it. But so long as I put this particular piece in the front empty spot in this model, then I can go and open up the rest of the chests in any order. I can still only hold one piece at a time, but it means at least I get to choose the order which I take them. So if you put that first one in any other spot, there is actually a particular order you need to follow of picking things up, and that's not fun. So it's it leads you all over the place. Plus, you've got to try and remember things, and nah. So thankfully, most of the enemies in Shinra headquarters are runnable, so we're going to do that.
This guy looks like a Warhammer mini.
They really do. We are also trying to save our grenades because we are making great use of them, but we only bought so many. And while it looks like, no, 50 is plenty, 60, it's not enough. We use them so much. So the longer we can hold on to our grenades, the better. But we also, need to use them as going fast is the ultimate goal. So we're going to walk around the back here.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Okay. Does one more, and unfortunately it's the one all the way in the back. There's no good time to go and get this one, so I just always leave it for last.
What's this other chest?
That will be the one that opens once I put in the last piece, which
I
has
see.
my key card,
Uh-huh.
which allows me to go to the next floor, where I can be all creepy and spy on things.
I hope it's not this complicated for real employees.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is. I just find it interesting that they leave key cards in random chests and like puzzles that'll open them. It's like, is this what my public service dollars is going to? My tax dollars, Shinra? Please. So we see that there is a high executive level meeting going on. So obviously we're gonna go to the bathroom, and it just so happens there's a vent here. So we're gonna take great advantage of that vent and see what's going on.
What happens if you flush?
It just flushes the toilet. It
Oh,
makes a
that's boring.
flushing noise. Yeah, it's very unexciting. It's kind of like FF6 that way, where you can actually flush the toilets there. So, exact same thing, just makes a noise, and you continue about your way. Continue about your business. So, we have the full Shinra executive here. Heidegger and Reeve are back, but we also have Palmer, who is the true final boss of this game, and has no middle. And Scarlet, who is in charge of the weapons division. We don't really see Scarlet at all, or Heidegger really, in this particular run. And Hojo is very shocked that everyone is here. You can see it on his face, his mouth wide open.
Oh my God.
In shock and awe. Yeah, they did not think about what they were doing in either adding or revealing those mouths.
Wow.
You're just like, what have you done? Please stop.
Be like, I like your new mouth. Looks good on you.
Yeah, something stinks. That's what happens when your conference room vent is connected to a bathroom stall. That seems like bad planning. It's not exactly my skill, but I feel like you would plan your building a little better than that, but this is Shinra, so. So we have listened to secret things and have learned, I believe, absolutely nothing. Oh, except for the fact that Hojo is going to experiment on, quote-unquote, the ancient. So we're like, it's Eris. Let's follow him. And Hojo's really bad at closing doors. Too busy thinking about experiments and things. So we're just going to follow him, because we don't actually have a key card for the next level. But what could possibly go wrong?
He leaves all the doors open, so whatever.
Exactly. See?
I like how you can get this far in the game and there's no even mention of, like, the sort of later bosses and stuff.
Yep.
The later plot developments.
Not a thing, yeah. Because when it comes down to the actual casual playthrough of this game, this is still really quite the beginning. The beginning section, like all of Midgar, takes quite a bit of time. But in the speedrun, it's the first 2 hours, which is still a substantial amount. And then you're done. So you don't start getting into much of the plot until later. Not that we can read it anyways, so.
That's true.
Cloud realizes that he and his friends are out in the open, so should hide. Very good job, Cloud. No one can see you there. I'm very glad at your skills, and your hair is a travesty for sneaking. Like, you are not sneaky. I don't understand. Like, Hojo can see you right now.
Nobody else is much better. I mean, Barrett has guns for arms.
Yeah, that is also true. I still think he succeeds at being much more sneaky than Cloud. Also, Tifa, tapping on the glass is rude. Don't do it. I don't care that Hojo did it. Don't you do it. Oh, hey, let's look in this window. That looks like glowy
Nothing
and
could
fun.
go wrong.
What could go wrong? It's just, you know, a body with no head. And don't worry, we're just not okay at all. Oh, what's happening? So if Midgar goes to show nothing else, is that Cloud has got some issues that really need to be addressed. And he's like, nothing's wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's like, Cloud? Cloud, you're not okay. At all. Please. Can you please chill? So, bye, Red. We love you, but
No,
speaking of chilling, so we are going to open this chest. One of the few chests that we open for actual use of item. We are going to make very, very good use of that poison materia in 2 separate circumstances. Once critically important, one just makes things faster and easier. So we cannot skip that materia, otherwise it's rip run. So if you choose to pick up this category, don't forget that poison materia. I have not actually forgotten it yet, but I know there will be a run where I get to where I'm going and I'm like, where's my oh goodness. So Hojo has the absolutely brilliant idea of causing his 2 specimens, as he calls them, to procreate, which is awful.
Is that what he was going for here?
Yes.
I thought he was having Red attack her.
No, he is trying to make them procreate.
Okay.
Because if you have 2 valuable specimens, their offspring obviously must also be doubly valuable.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Never mind that they're not the same species or...
Yeah, he doesn't care. So as you can see here, Red was not impressed at all with this suggestion and is showing very kindly their appreciation for Hojo. As far as I see, Hojo should not be okay here, but Hojo's fine.
Not even bleeding.
Not even, like, totally okay. Well, maybe this game has a problem with censorship and blood. So we're not going to rename Red. The reason being is every time Red refers to themselves in conversation, they are Neneki. So we're like, oh, okay, that's easy. So we're going to use a technique in this fight, which is called weight tricking, where we have put the battle mode into wait, which means while we're in a menu, nothing is going to happen. And we're going to sit in menus and not confirm things until someone else is in the middle of an action to try and make it so these tiny little beetles in front don't attack as often, because they're really annoying and they will die once the boss dies. So we are not aiming for them at all. So like during this attack, we're just gonna sit and chill for Mo until our next grenade goes off, because that means their ATBs, our ATB isn't climbing, but neither is theirs.
Wow, Red looks like he's in hard shape.
Yeah, Red's just like, why? I literally just escaped. What is happening? Unfortunately, the one thing Memory Cursor does not do is remember what enemy you're attacking. So if you have multiple enemies on the screen as we do here, unfortunately it means we just kind of have to chill. And we can't just hold A. We have to pay attention to what's happening. So as you can see, with the weight tricking, the enemy didn't get to attack very much, and that went very easily. We just said, hey, do you like grenades? I like grenades. And that was the end. So thankfully, when it comes to party makeup, because we're starting to get to the point of the game where they haven't given me the option to actively choose my party, but they are giving me party decisions. And in every case, I want to take the top option, just because it's easier. So I can just mash through and select whoever they give me. So I'm not particularly getting rid of or keeping anyone